Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to another interview. I'm super excited for this one today because I haven't got to do an interview in a little while. We got a really cool person on today. I was one of my close friends, and we actually do some work together that's outside of my usual business genre and the other type of content that I post. We actually record some videos together. He posts a lot and has been blowing up a lot on TikTok lately, as well as growing his following onto YouTube. But the really cool part is that he is also a builder. So he's a qualified builder and does that as his full-time job, and then does these gaming videos as well, makes time for that on the side, but still make really quality content. So I think it's really cool. And I know there's like a lot of people out there who are either interested in creating content or doing stuff like that, who might be in a similar role, but might not know where to start or how to get into it. So if that is you or something similar, then this is a great video for you to check out. The video format is sort of like a different style. Actually, we had some issues with the editing, but let me know what you think. And we're going to be having some really cool people coming on the show in the future. I'd like to be getting in lots of different viewpoints and just anyone doing really cool stuff and working hard. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe so that you're going to be able to check those out when they come. But without further ado, I hope you guys really enjoy the video, and we'll jump into it now. See ya. How you doing?
Yo, what's up? How you doing? How's your day been?
Good. Thanks. How's yours going?
I'm doing all right.
Nice, bro. Look, I could give you a even better introduction than that, but do you want to tell everyone who you are and what it is that you do?
Okay, so I'm a content creator on TikTok and YouTube. I've been doing it for about just under 2 years now, maybe 1.5 to 1 3/4. Started on YouTube, migrated to TikTok because I thought that would be a lot better for me, and it is. It's a much better way to get outreach in the community and build a name for yourself.
Yeah, I love TikTok. I think it's so underrated for how
I spent too long thinking it was terrible, but it's really good.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And so you just said you've been doing it for about 1.5 or 2 years now. How many followers are you at the moment?
So on TikTok, just under 50,000, and on YouTube, 600 and something, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. You're like dangerously close to 50,000. I really wanted you to have 50,000 for this video.
It'll be maybe this week or next, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see if I'm lucky.
Yeah. You just got to post a Discord video.
Yeah.
But then obviously off that as well, so 50,000 is like a lot of people to have following you. Are you able to, do you do the content creation full time at the moment?
Unfortunately not. I'm still doing part-time work as a carpenter. And I'm just trying to balance the two because it is a bit challenging to try and work full-time as a carpenter and then also content creation. So I'm trying to cut back on carpentry as much as I can to try and fill some more time with content creation, which is my passion.
Yeah, of course. I think that's super cool. And they're very much two sides of the coin, I think. Like your carpentry is so hard on your body and very physical, long days in the sun. And then your content creation is equally as hard, but, just different. A lot more using your creativity and long hours there at the computer as well. But it's, two very different worlds, I would say, for sure.
They're complete opposites, I think.
Yeah, which, so I guess, if you think of them as being so different, did you always, sort of want to be a content creator?
No, I started off being pretty passionate about carpentry, and I thought I'd do this for a long time. But to be honest, I don't actually know what changed and when it changed, but at some point I thought to myself, I don't want to be slaving around in the sun all day long. I want to find something I like.
Yeah.
And I think I've always really enjoyed entertaining people and making funny things, I guess, making people laugh. So I thought I'll just migrate that somehow into content creation, into gaming videos, I guess. And hopefully one day more skits as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I know I went to school with you, so I sort of know what your background is in schooling. But I always like to touch on this because it's a wide variety of people who watch this video. But did you have any sort of while you were at schooling or even after school, did you have anything that was sort of around content creation, or you've just you've had no previous stuff with that?
not directly content creation. I've never really done anything like that, but
Mm.
I did do drama throughout school and did some videos there and some plays, and then also did a couple extracurricular plays as well. And I really found the act of getting creative, finding a funny thing to do, and then making people laugh through that was really rewarding.
Mm.
And I'm just disappointing I didn't do this earlier. I should have, started content creation earlier.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of the power of hindsight. Hey,
Yeah, definitely.
and I guess from doing the plays and stuff like that, and we did drama together. Did you find it easy to go because like from that? Did you find it easy to then like talk to a camera, sort of like by yourself in a room,
No,
or was that a bit?
no.
What was that like?
Uh, it was so awkward to start with. I don't know exactly what it was, but I just kept blanking. I didn't know what to do or how to do it. It was just felt so impersonal because
Mm,
I'm not looking at someone. I'm not looking at my viewers. I was just looking at a game and a camera, and it took me a really long time to just imagine myself just talking to people because that's something I can do. I can talk to people, but I
mm,
couldn't talk to a camera. So
mm.
once I made that connection, now it's pretty normal. I don't feel weird about it at all.
Yeah. And I obviously make some videos as well. And like the hardest thing for me, like once you got past that first fear of recording, was then to hear it back, or to like
Oh,
whenever other
yeah.
people hear it. Did you find that weird? Like even though mine are sort of serious in a way, but even with the comedy side, did you find that?
Yeah, it definitely was weird watching them back, and especially if you go to my earlier videos, they were pretty atrocious. Now that I look back at them, but I think I'll keep them up just to show my progression
Yeah.
to other content creators out there who are thinking about it. You go back to my early ones, they're terrible. Just I don't know, just it's just good that I started with something, but they were not good at all.
No, that's right. You got to start somewhere, and
Yeah.
it's funny to be able to look back at them now. Um, And so obviously, looking at, you've got the 50,000 followers now and you're building your YouTube. So you've had some success through being a content creator. What would you say has probably been the one or some of the biggest keys to your growth on the platforms?
I think it's definitely viral TikTok videos.
Mm,
It's really slow growing on YouTube and it's relatively slow on TikTok as well until you get those big explosive videos that go viral. Some of my videos you get that go really viral, you get up to 5,000 followers overnight or over a couple days. So it's really critical finding a way to make more viral content.
okay. And I guess it'd be interesting to know now, when you're at 50,000 followers and maybe, if we do an interview in the future when you're at 100,000 and so on. But what do you think? What's the key to a viral video at the moment, or what makes up a viral video? What do you think?
Oh, I think it's got to be the right mix between light-hearted comedy and
Mm.
something either controversial or offensive. I
Okay.
don't know why, but every time I do something that's just a little bit offensive, it goes viral.
Yeah.
So it's an unfair balance to need, but I've got to do it. Got to do it somehow.
Yeah, of course. Do you think there's almost like a little bit of luck involved as well?
I think so. Yeah. I wish I could understand the algorithm better. But
Mm.
I've re-uploaded a couple of old videos that either didn't go viral or did go viral, and then uploaded them a couple of years later. The same video, exactly the same, and then they've either not gone viral or viral, which is the complete opposite to what happened earlier.
Yeah.
So I wonder. I think there is a lot of luck to it. I think something gets the ball rolling, a couple of comments, and then all of a sudden it kicks off, or I don't know, it just doesn't happen at all.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And I think for a lot of people, in my experience, when I talk to people, when they say they're going to be a content creator and they go out and start, and something like that happens, right? Like something you've put a lot of work into a video, or you re-upload it and it flops or it just doesn't do well. Um, I feel like that mental side of it is definitely one of the hardest parts of it. Have you found that sort of a challenge, or how do you sort of like
Uh,
deal with that side of the content creation?
Yeah, it's roughest on my YouTube channel. I could sometimes spend 20 or 30 hours making a video that I think is really good, and it gets 5 views.
Mm,
So that's something that really I struggle with sometimes, just because you put that much work into something and then it seems like nothing comes of it.
yeah. And do you have a way that like sort of helps you? Like how do you get through that? Because I feel like for a lot of people that's enough
Oh,
to make someone quit, whereas you obviously
yeah.
haven't.
I just try and see myself in the future where I want to be, and I just know that even if now those videos aren't getting views, in 1 or 2 or 3 years' time, when I am a bigger channel with more followers, they can then look back on older videos, and at least I know that those older videos are going to be the absolute best I could do at that time. So that at least I know that they've got something to watch back on, and there's actually decent videos on my page.
And I think that's sort of for me when I think about YouTube, that's the exciting side of YouTube, isn't it? That it's about seeing that big picture, and that in the future, once you've got a bigger fan base, and you've got this loyal following, they're gonna want to see your old videos no matter what. So something you made now, can make you lots of money still in the future, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is important. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and another one I wanted to ask you that it'll be interesting if we get to interview you again in the future. But do you know who the biggest person is that follows you at the moment?
No, I wish I had some cool story about, I don't know, Jacksepticeye or something following me, but I don't. It's
Yeah.
just, I've got a couple of other small content creators as well and streamers that follow me, but at this point, there's no one that's noteworthy or, really big that follows me.
Okay, fair.
Maybe in 2 years we can start that journey and I can say I've got someone cool that follows me.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Not yet though.
that'll be something interesting to keep track of there
Yeah.
as well. Um, and I think being a content creator is something that a lot of people want to do, right? So they like, they see a lot of the really big people who are like celebrities sort of now in like today's society. And sort of, I think it's very much become something that everyone wants to do and they just see that flashy side. We sort of already spoke about, you put a lot of effort into the videos and they flop. But what's sort of like a challenge of being a content creator that a lot of people don't realize, or sort of like that unseen side?
I think a lot of it is trying to find a way to stand out because there's probably, there's millions and millions of gaming content creators and content creators that are pretty much carbon copies of each other or could be seen like that from an outside source. So I think the hardest thing for me at least is to try and find a way to be the only one that does something or to be, someone that actually stands out with something unique. And I think I'll slowly figure that out. I think I haven't yet quite figured out my niche or my exact who I am as a content creator. But I
Mm.
think once you get that down as a content creator and find your niche and find something that you're good at, I think that's really the hard part and the important part about it.
Yeah, it's really setting yourself apart from that audience. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. That's really interesting. And then so obviously, like you just said, you're still having to find your niche and yourself in the content creation world, which is all part of the process. But what's sort of something that sort of motivates you to keep pushing forward with that, or to just to like continue to chase your goals in the whole content creation space?
It's got to be. I can either look at myself in 5 years as a successful content creator or slaving away on a job site in the construction game. And every day that I have a really bad day, which there's probably too many of those, where I'm feeling unmotivated and not feeling fulfilled, I've just got to see myself in 5 years and say I can either be a successful content creator doing what I love or slaving away on a job site. So for me, that's a pretty easy choice. And as long as I look at that and keep referring back to that, I think I know I'll be fine.
Yeah, I love that. And I guess like your longevity as like, if you're on the job site in 5 years, maybe you don't have like a back anymore or like whatever,
Probably, yeah.
right?
Or yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
so
skin
hard on your
cancer or
body.
something bad.
Yeah, you can either be doing that or you can be, like you said, in 5 years and you're getting to do what you love full time, which is really cool. And then just to sort of build off that, another one which would be cool to compare in the future is what are some of your goals for over the next 5 years, if you wanted to share some of them?
Ooh, I want to definitely have nailed down my niche, or what I want to do as a content creator.
Yeah,
I want to know exactly who I am and what I'm doing.
mm,
I want to have, let's say,
let's say next year, for the next year.
next year.
What's some of you?
Next year, okay. I want over 100,000 followers on TikTok. Maybe break 1,000 on YouTube, which I think is doable.
Yep.
And hopefully by 1 year, definitely, I think I can find my niche.
Yeah.
I'm hoping if I can just focus on trying to find my identity within the content creation world, I think that will be important.
Okay. Nice. That'll be. Well, look, if we do another interview in the future, I'd love to be able to compare that.
Yeah.
To where you're at and what your goals are then. So for that, I think there's a lot of people who watch these videos who are in sort of like a similar situation to you or what you used to be like, in that maybe they work like construction or in a job that they do but they're not super passionate about, or there's something else that they would love to do, which could be content creation. What's a piece of advice that you would give to those people who are wanting to start but maybe they're too scared to start, and it's sort of like you but like 2 years ago sort of thing?
Right. Okay. So I would say to them, it's time to start something new. Take a risk. Take that leap of faith to pursue something you love, pursue something you want to do, rather than just be stuck in that same sort of rut every day of, I wish I was somewhere else. I wish I was doing something different, but I'm too afraid to start, or I don't know if I can achieve it. I don't know if I can do what I want to do. I'd say to you, just start now. Start something now, because once you get started, once you find that rhythm, you're gonna start loving it. You're gonna wish you started earlier. Essentially, that's what I'm saying. So I think just get started now.
Yeah, it's just all about getting started. Make it that day one instead of 1 day sort of thing. Yeah, nice. I love that. And then just our last question, which is something that I always ask everyone who comes on the show, is what's something that you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for you.
You're grateful
Always
for me?
motivating me. Yeah,
Oh.
always motivating me. And I know that when you're doing something productive in the day, I'm like, I have to match it. I have to do something as well.
You just
So it's
can't
gotta
let
be
me
you.
be better than you.
No. Well, we gotta be better. We gotta be better together.
That's right. That, just so
And
everyone knows, that was
KFC.
not the point of that question.
Yeah.
But that's
Try to
a
plug
good
yourself.
point. Yeah, that's very kind of you to say, and that's a good point. Have people who motivate you, I think.
Yeah. Surround yourself with successful people, and you'll also be successful. Something like that.
I love that. Perfect. Well, Lars, thank you so much for coming on the show. It'd be great that hopefully, we can interview you in another year's time and sort of see how your journey's going and where you're at, and sort of compare some of those goals there. But I think you've given an awesome insight into content creation, sort of like that hidden side. And I think there is a lot of people who get a lot of value from this who are maybe, like we said, a bit scared to start, and really want to do something different. And I think they're lucky to have you as someone to look to who's sort of taken that step, and isn't afraid to start. So I hope you'll be able to inspire some more people from this as well. But yeah, thanks so much for coming on. And is there anything, like, where can people find you to check out your content?
Ooh, yeah. On YouTube, Dr. Devi. On TikTok, Dr. Devi as well. DRDEVVI. You'll find me there.
Nice.
Peace.
I'm glad you spelt it, because whenever I try to look you up, it's an actual Dr. Devi, who's a famous Indian doctor. There's no space. Everyone remember that. There's no space.
Yeah. All one word.
That's how you find him. Lars is horrible at SEO. All right. Sorry. All right. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'll see you all in the next video. Have an amazing day. Bye.